I, a dragon, was on guard duty when I was attacked by a group of heroes who wanted to end my life, unaware of how I ended up defeating all of them and ultimately adopting a human baby as my new son. I, a dragon, had a very clear dream: to become a stepfather, or more precisely, to be defeated once and for all, so I could retire and enjoy a life of pleasures. That was my mission. So I waited 7 long years, patiently anticipating the arrival of the warriors destined to grant me the freedom I so deeply desired. When they finally arrived, I felt it would all be worth it. However, when I faced them, I barely struck a single blow, and somehow they began eliminating each other one by one. When it was all over, I was still standing, completely unharmed, surrounded by silence. I didn't understand what had happened. Desperate, I begged for one of them to revive and defeat me as it should have been, but it was already too late. Then I heard a sound. It came from a female warrior who had been hiding. When she stepped out, confused and terrified, she began to beg for her life. She told me she was pregnant and asked me to spare her for the sake of the baby. She was convinced that I had killed her entire party. That was the moment a brilliant idea crossed my mind. If I raised that child properly and trained him as a warrior, one day he could defeat me, and then at last I could retire. I asked the mother to hand the baby over to me, but she wasn't listening. Consumed by regret over the night she had drunk too much, she decided the baby had to be sent to heaven. I stepped in just in time. I told her I would take responsibility, that I would raise the child properly and make sure he wanted for nothing. Then she pulled out a contract. Without thinking too much about it, we both signed. Only afterward did I realize a small detail I had overlooked. Human babies take many years to grow up, and that's how, instead of retiring, I ended up beginning the longest and most unexpected chapter of my life.